Welcome everybody. It's Men's Night, and as you know, when men get together, we get together for wholesome things and nice things. We don't wild out. This is what we do on Men's Night, right there. Check out the picture. That's how men do Men's Night.
Amen.
Now that we got that out the way, welcome to the 10-7 show, y'all. It is Men's Night. It's Goose. You see Goose there. You see me there, but we're not alone, y'all. We got Brian Bundy Laws. We got R. Hunter in the building. Yes, that's why
What's up, fellas?
On Men's Night. We put it all together for y'all. It is Men's Night here on the 10-7 show. Make sure you hit us up 215. What is it? 215-486-0335.
Oh,
There you go. Right there.
Oh,
215-486-0335. That's how you get your comments in, or you can of course just comment right here on the comment line that YouTube. Anyway, let's get to it because I'm getting out of order. What's going on, fellas? How's everybody doing? Let's talk to B Laws first. Let him start because this is his first time on the show. Ryan is a veteran on the show. He was just with us a couple weeks ago. Goose and I, of course, we're all the time. So B Laws, we'll start with you. Then we'll go to R. Man. How you been, brother? Welcome to the show.
Good, man. Hey, how y'all doing? Good evening, survivors. I'm gonna say it like this right now. I'm here, man. Thank you guys for hosting me, man. I'm eager to speak about men's situations with the fellas tonight.
Well, let's give some background. Let me give some background on B Laws. So B Laws is in the Facebook group, the 10-7 Facebook group. He's a consistent commenter on the show. Yep. All right, consistent commenter on the show. That's why he was invited and posting. Definitely a consistent poster. And actually, he was supposed to join us back in March.
Oh yeah,
around that time he was supposed to join because he wanted to sit in. He wanted to, be here for a taping of the show before we even got into doing the video.
Right. This was when we just in studio with audio.
Right, and then COVID took over and just messed everything up.
Yeah.
But what COVID really did was make things better because we can join you now live Sunday nights at 7:00.
Exactly.
Right. All right. Exactly. So to continue on with the conversation, Mr. R. Hunter, man, how you been, brother?
Man, I'm all good down here in Biden country.
Yes, he's checking in. He's checking in from Delaware, from Delaware, the home of the president-elect. Congratulations.
Yes.
Goose, how you been, brother?
I'm good, man. I've been off since Wednesday. So
me too,
lucky, man. You lucky.
No, I mean it was all good until I checked my email tomorrow morning. There's probably like 100 video.
Oh yeah, that part definitely sucks.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad everybody's doing well. Everybody's had some time off, some time to relax. It's raining here in our area right now. Maybe not. I don't think Ryan caught the rain yet, but
we ain't got it yet.
Hopefully it misses you because it's coming down right now.
Yeah.
But with all that being said, I want to thank everybody for joining us, and we're going to get into everyone's favorite part of the show. Yes, it's time for the Would You Rather portion of the show, brought to you by Tees with Attitude. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and plug you in there right there. Tees with Attitude, go to TWATees.com. You can get something like this, a hoodie with the New Twist Radio logo on it. Matter of fact, go ahead and get that. Get a hood, get a shirt with the Faith logo on it. Use the promo code New Twist, all one word. Get a discount. That's what I do for you. But anyway,
that's right.
Would you rather? I think Goose has a would you rather. I have a would you rather. I'm gonna let Goose go first because I kind of just made mine up on the spot.
All right.
And
all right. So
let's get it,
fellas. Would you rather babysit for a child who won't stop crying and screaming, or a child that won't stop breaking things?
Oh, that's easy. I'll take that. Hold on. Now, and I got to think about this a little bit because the breaking things, but is it your house or the parents?
It doesn't say. It doesn't say.
They're
going to break their parents' stuff. That's one thing.
Because I don't give a damn if they're breaking their own parents' stuff. Right. If they're breaking my stuff, you can't be in my house. So I would definitely have to take the crying.
Yeah.
Which it sounds like what I do now with my own 3-year-old.
I gotta agree with you, man. I'll have to take the crying. You can't break my stuff, man. Like I'll put you in a room by yourself, close the door, you cry it out. But you definitely ain't gonna be breaking my stuff. But like you said, if you at your own people's house, do what you want.
Yeah.
See,
I
feel like-
would have to agree with that. If I'm babysitting at the kid's house, you break whatever you want. My house, I don't even like breaking my own stuff. So,
Yeah, I mean, the reality is, now I'm gonna pick the crying baby. But would you feel comfortable at somebody else's crib watching their kids smash their stuff?
No,
As long-
I wouldn't be
as long-
comfortable, no.
I'm not comfortable with it, but it's not mine.
It's not my stuff.
I ain't comfortable with either
I can
situation.
admit-
to tell you the truth.
I can at least put my phone out and record. Like, look, this is what your kid been doing.
Because I will be the one to say, hey, your badass kid broke all of your stuff.
Definitely,
Right.
definitely.
When
Exactly.
you say comfortable, right? When you say comfortable, I'm not comfortable with either situation. To tell you the truth. Like, I'd rather you find somebody else.
All right. So, y'all ready for mine? Mine got deleted. All right. So, I typed it in Google, but it got deleted.
He's winging it.
So here we go. My would you rather that I made up on my own, all by myself. All right. Would you rather have your wife mad at you on a daily basis, but you still get what you want, or you never get what you want, but your wife is never mad at you ever again?
I abstain from the vote.
Man, that's a
Can't do that.
It's no way to answer that right.
Can I just say one thing before I
I'd
answer?
rather have my wife mad at me. Wait. When you say whatever you want, like what do you mean whatever you want?
You get your way. Like what you want,
Okay,
you get your way.
She can be mad as long as if I get my way, she can be mad. As long as she ain't abusive.
A B laws. What you say?
Man, I'd rather her be happy, to tell you the truth, man. It's easier on me for her to be happy. Just that's simple as that.
Yeah.
Make it like easier on yourself. I'm too old now to just be miserable. So,
Or dot.
Whew.
It's a tough one, huh?
I gotta say, happy wife, happy life.
there
It
you go.
All right. So when you say mad, what do you mean mad? Like silent treatment?
No, I
'Cause
don't
that-
mean silent treatment. That can be
Is that-
ignored.
because that's not a punishment.
That's
I mean, so how you gonna get your way? And she throwing pots and pans at you?
because it's a would you rather. So it's hypothetical. So we can.
But when she's mad, what kind of mad is she?
Yeah.
She's mad like
Man.
why you leave your socks on the floor in the bathroom, like everything's just bothering her. But at the end of the day, if you wanted some pork chops on your plate for dinner, you get your pork chops. If you wanted that new suit, she might get you the new suit. You get what you want. You get your way, but the only thing is she's gonna be fussing at you all the time, on a daily basis.
See, fussing, I take fussing every goddamn day.
When I say fussing,
Not every day. Though. Every day.
every day it can be
Every day.
I mean, it's not constant every day, but there is fussing that occurs every day.
On your day off, every day. Day off from work, she just fussing.
I'm taking the happy approach. I'd rather her not be mad at me, and I'll find a way to get the stuff I want on my own, and you just stay happy over there. Not stay happy over there, but you just be happy. I'll find a way to get the things I want.
But what if everything you get, you break?
So and the only thing you're gaining is she not fussing.
But see, here's the thing, Goose. You're thinking about it the wrong way. And I know the ladies that are watching are going to say, yeah, you're right. This might be the one time I'm on the lady's side. No, we're not gaining anything. She's gaining happiness.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
But you know what we do gain? Peace of mind. You said that like that don't mean nothing to me.
Nobody was satisfied with that.
Goose said, nah, that's not good enough for
See,
me.
all right, so
I need more, man. I need more.
let's do this. Let's put out. I think B-Laws and Goose have been married the longest. Goose, I'm sure, has been married the longest because I remember when B-Laws and his wife were not married. Okay, I've always known Goose to be married. I know when R-Dot got married. I was there. I was in person. B-Law, how long have you been married?
Man.
Oh, I hope I ain't put you on the
Oh,
spot.
I was about to say, did you put that man on the spot?
My bad.
Just came right across camp and hooked me. No, you've been married for 16 years.
16. Okay.
Yeah.
16.
We've been
All right.
together for 21. So
Woo!
we made it a long time, man. Been a lot of quarters.
Listen, I can remember when y'all wasn't married. So, man,
Yeah, man, I've known you since what?
We've known each other for a long time. Elementary school.
Yeah, since boxes and lunch boxes, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
wow.
Absolutely. Now, with all that being said, right? We actually that's your Would You Rather today, brought to you by Tees with Attitude. Go to TWATees.com. Get your t-shirt. Checks in the mail. So with all that being said, let's get on to the show. Let's get into what we do. All right. So we had allowed B-Laws actually to select our first topic for today. He gave me a tie. I said, I really like that. And what we don't do a lot of times is on this show, we don't speak from a guy's perspective, right? And if ladies or fellas or whoever, you got some questions for us, let us know. We will answer those questions. We don't shy away from questions around. You already know that.
Want the questions.
But B-Laws wanted to discuss. What did you want to discuss? What did you want to discuss?
I'm trying to open my beer and everything. Just relationships. Married men in their relationship with their wives and with their kids, and just what it's like to get together and just talk as one. A lot of times we don't really get together and talk about our lives outside of something going on other than sports. So I figured while we sitting home, let's have this conversation and open it up to the world.
Absolutely, I'm down for it. I'm willing to do it. I'm all for it. So, 16 years of marriage, 19 years of marriage, Goose.
Yep.
Ooh.
R.3.
3,
About to be 4 in a couple months.
4. Yeah.
I just hit 4.
January.
I just hit 3 last month.
Right.
So these answers could be very interesting. I think everybody here has a different walk.
It's a
Sure.
big different, right?
Yeah, we all have a different walk.
Everybody's journey is different.
Absolutely. So I'm gonna start with Goose because Goose has a how old is your son, Goose?
15.
15. He has a 15-year-old son. So you've been on this path for the last 15 years. You've been married for 19, a father for 15.
Mm-hmm.
From your perspective, I want to ask you this part. What have you learned from being a father and a husband that's something that you may not have expected or something that you didn't know going into your marriage and your fatherhood? What has caught you as, damn, that's something that everybody should know, or is that something that everybody know that I didn't know? Like what has caught you by surprise in a sense?
I would say the biggest thing is how much you be willing to sacrifice.
Mm.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like when, like I said, for instance, I bought a pair of sneakers yesterday, right? Before yesterday, the last pair of sneakers I bought was probably a year and a half ago, 2 years.
Woo!
I mean, and it's not because I can't, but I mean, I'm just not that dude, really. You dig what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, in between there, my wife and my kid have. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but like, it's not that it's not a true sacrifice because I can do it too, but I just choose not to.
You choose not to.
Yeah.
It can be allocated elsewhere. I got it.
Yeah.
B-Laws, how about you?
Um,
And let me just say, I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt before you start, but I didn't realize that you've been married 16 years.
16 years. Yep.
I didn't realize that. Wow.
So you better double check because he ain't know at first.
Hey, leave me alone, man.
I'm sure she'll remind him. I'm sure.
Leave me alone, man. She watching this somewhere. No, but the most interesting thing is honestly what I found out over the years and what makes sense that I tell other people too is you got to be friends with each other, man. Like you got to really be friends because once all that, you know, the lust runs out and all the, you know, the going out, you know, that extravagant stuff, you got to really be friends with the person because you spend most of your time with this person. So it's like being in the trenches with somebody. It's like whenever something bad happens, it's you and that person, you and that person, you and that person. So that's why, like, I see, like, you know, when they say, like, when somebody gets old and they lose their significant other, they don't know how to live because you're together all the time. And that you stop hanging with your homies as much because that person, your wife takes that spot and then you become, you become inseparable. So you got to be friends. Like, it ain't going to work if you ain't friends at all.
Now, how long were you friends with your wife beforehand? Or where just, I know a little bit of the story, but I want you to tell your story.
No, real talk. Like we really didn't become friends until probably like 30. And I'm not saying to be like, you know, weird. We had our own separate friends. So like I would go out with my friends and she would go with her friends. But then eventually you realize that when you bring that together, it makes more sense for y'all to have the same friends because it's less drama, it's easier, and it's more compatible because y'all share the same events and everything. So that's when that started making sense to us, it started clicking. I'm like, you know what? I actually really, you ain't just my wife, you my actual friend, and it hits you, it really hits you, and then you start, you know, watching TV shows together, just the basic stuff you do, but it means more because you're doing it with your friend, if that helps.
Like it. Or not.
I would say
that long breath,
you know,
long breath beforehand.
So you only been married 3 years,
You
bro.
had a lot of time to think.
well, so I wanted to
everyone's walk. Everyone's
I wanted to draw.
different.
I wanted to draw from what y'all was saying, and I mean, y'all summed it up damn near perfectly. And that's veterans in the game. Like for me, especially so early on, is learning that communication is a lot harder than just saying something. Like you have to really understand how your communication, how you communicate impacts everybody else. And I think before, like, especially, you know, when we had separate families, for me, my communication is very direct. And you kind of have to change and blend it into what fits everybody as opposed to just what works best for you. So I know that's been the one thing that if somebody could have told me 3 years ago, like, hey, you had to change how you communicate with people in general. And it made me see it from a holistic perspective, like not just my family dynamic, but now how do I communicate with these people in the office? How do I communicate with my team? How do I communicate with my kids? So it made me take a look at everything in terms of how I communicated.
That's tough. That's a very very well thought out answer.
Right.
And speaking from experience, you know what I mean? And that's what we look for. It's men's night here, y'all. It's men's night. So we're speaking from the men's perspective. I guess I should answer my own question. If somebody can help me remember what the question was. It was something like what do you know now that you didn't know before? That was kind of like what the question was. And I got to take from what everybody says. The sacrifice. Although I feel like I have made some sacrifice, I feel like there's always more that I would be able to sacrifice. You know what I mean? I don't feel like I've completely sacrificed. I'm sure I will. I'm sure I will. The friend thing, like my wife and I were friends for 15 years before we even thought about dating each other. Like I've told the story, I told our story many times. Even on the day that I decided that I wanted to date my wife, it was not even like the day before where I was like, I want to, you know what I'm saying? I want to see what happens. It just happened by circumstance, by happenstance. And the I think the friend the friendship aspect of us, I think, is so important in our relationship that I do believe that's what will get us through a lot of the things, because I've said it before, when it comes to a girlfriend, I couldn't say that I've always done as much as I could do to not hurt somebody. Not like, and I don't mean physically, I mean emotionally.
Mhm.
A friend, I don't know if I can find, like, I'm kind of tooting my own horn in a sense, but I got to say it like this. I don't know if there's any friends that I have that can really say I've done them dirty, or I've stabbed them in the back, or I've done something, that's not that's not becoming of a friend. I've never wanted to ruin a friendship ever. Like, those are very important to me, especially with my fellas, with my homies. As the only child, my fellas and my homies are like brothers to me, because I didn't have the brothers growing up. So it's like, I don't want to ruin that. So with my wife and I's friendship, I still see us as friends and in a friendship, and I don't want to do anything to jeopardize the friendship, which in turn, I won't do anything to jeopardize the marriage. So I think I answered my question, but I'm not really sure. But I'm going to move on because I can feel myself continuing to go there.
I want to say something about the friendship piece.
Please do.
That I also agree with that, because like, so when I think about my relationship, like over the whole, so 19 years married and 21 and 22 together, something like that, I could count in years the amount of days I've seen my wife every day or been with my wife every day.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So I could say, I'm sure I can say this with confidence, that for over at least a 10-year period in our relationship, we saw each other every day.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah, that's crazy. Can I add one thing?
Please. Absolutely.
Wait.
Absolutely.
You've been together a long time when you can talk without talking. That's the sign
Oh,
when you've
yeah.
been with each other for a long time.
Oh,
When,
yeah.
like you see your parents do, you see your grandparents do. That's giving the eye. That real crazy quick thing, you know what they're talking about. You ain't even gotta even ask them.
Mhm.
That's when you've been together a long time.
Listen, my wife and I ain't been together that long, but I know when she give me that look. All right. All right. I got it.
Like, why you yelling at me?
Exactly. Exactly. And say the word. Like, my dad has the look too. And that's how I learned it. When I growing up, my dad used to have this look that I would just straighten up like right away. I don't even know why. Like, to this day, I said something to him about it a few months back, and he gave me the look. I'm damn near 40 years old and I got scared.
as you should.
As I said, man, he gave me. I was like, oh yeah, okay, my fault. Sorry, whatever I did, I straighten right up. Man, that look, boy.
You went right back in time.
Yeah, I went back to being a kid again.
Yeah.
So like I said, this is fellas night, this is men's night here on the 10-7 show. The ladies have the night off. They're probably watching. They're probably
They better be watching.
They do. They better be watching. Absolutely. Excuse me. Amen. Yes, talk without talking. Somebody coined that. Who is that? Who is that saying that? I want to know that. I gotta pull up the Facebook page and see who's saying that stuff.
I was about to say we gotta look at the Facebook page.
Yeah, that gets on my nerves. Fellas. So with some of the things that we do as men, like being a husband, I think being a man, period, in today's world is a thankless job, right? Being a husband is absolutely a thankless job. We have some responsibilities on us that are not seen on a daily basis that we take care of, excuse me, on a daily basis, such as keeping a family. We hold straight on our shoulders, directly on our shoulders, keeping the family safe as we possibly can, right? Now, growing up, some of us may have been in a situation where, you had to stay safe all the time, head always on swivel. You had to know where you are. Being in the family environment now, keeping your family safe. Like, I know everybody thinks about keeping their family safe, but I think as men, we take that responsibility square on the chin. If something were to happen to someone in our family, whether we're there or not. I think it would be more detrimental to us as men because we kind of hold that responsibility to a very high esteem. How do you guys deal with the fact that you are really solely responsible for keeping your family safe? And you're not, but you are. And I know you guys understand what I'm saying. This men's night, so I don't have to completely explain it, but I know y'all know what I'm saying. At least I hope so.
I mean, I could answer that one.
Thank
it's
God.
It's a weird sense of responsibility. Like in my mind, I don't know nothing else. If that makes sense, all I know is to provide and take care and to protect. Like I don't, and it's crazy to say that. Like it's one of the things like you don't even know about trying to fail it. If you feel me, like so it's every day I wake up just knowing that I'm carrying my family on my back, and I love it because you can imagine not having them. What'd you do then?
Has that changed you as far as some of the decisions that you made? I mean, you're 16 years in marriage-wise, just 21 years in. Has that changed you and some of the decisions that you make on a daily basis, even by yourself? Has that changed any of your thought processes on certain things?
Honestly, what's crazy is that she actually taught me how to think emotionally too. Like having an older brother and my mom, like she was cool, but we weren't really big huggers and emotional people.
Mm-hmm.
So when years with her, I started having to be more emotional, like letting her know what's going on instead of just bottling all in. And then now, like it taught me to make decisions, kind of like, well, how would somebody else feel if you did this? Like I know how I feel, but how would they feel? Like, would you be okay with them being pissed off at you, or later on finding out that wasn't a good decision? So that kind of started weighing on me, and it made me think differently, with more of an emotion than just a sole purpose of myself.
All right, how about you?
Well, my dynamic is so different, especially because we're not in the same spot.
Right.
So,
right.
It's a different sense of responsibility because I know that she handles so much being where she is. And even though at a distance, I still have to step in and do certain things. Mm-hmm. So, and to give some background on my dynamic, my wife is in New York. We still have two places. So my wife is in New York. I'm here in Delaware. So she holds it down up there. But in instances, it's like, hey, if she calls, I'm on the turnpike. And I've called you, Jake, 2:00 in the morning. Like, hey, I'm on my way. If I need bail, I'm calling you. It's just, it's so very different, but I understand the dynamic and the gravity of being able to make sure that you hold down two places. But I feel like she's so complete that, and it's a great thing because she could hold it down if I wasn't here. Like if something happened to me tomorrow and she needed to step in and take care of everything, I have absolutely no doubt that she would be able to do that. But you never ever want that. You never want, to feel like, hey, if somebody has to take care of me. And I think that's more of a man thing, is we're the protector, we're the provider, and nobody takes care of us. But I've learned that she takes care of me in so many ways that I've never even asked for. You know what I mean? And it's more emotionally than anything, which, as a man, you're usually not the emotional support for people. And I think that that's probably the biggest thing out of all of it for me, is that mutual emotional security.
Okay.
If that answered it, because I know I went in like 6 circles.
It's all right. It's all right. Goose, what say you?
So I'm going to say that I believe I'm a natural protector.
Mm-hmm.
You dig what I'm saying? So The things I do to protect my immediate family now, my wife, my kid, I've done for my mom, my sister, my cousins, even before I was married. So it's always, like you said, keeping your head on a swivel, showing them what to look for when you out there. You know what I'm saying? Because there's been plenty of times we've been walking down the street or something. And I'm like, oh, babe, switch. Come on, walk on this side.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we pass the danger, I'm like, yo, you ain't see the crazy dude with the knife? You see him? Like, no, I didn't see him. You know what I mean? So, but
that's your job.
What part of Philly y'all in again?
No, actually, we was in Atlantic City when that happened.
Damn.
Y'all
On
got,
the
some,
boardwalk.
y'all got some good Atlantic City stories.
On the boardwalk. And then a week later, it was a lady. She was on the news, stabbed somebody.
Wow.
In AC on the boardwalk?
Same lady?
Same lady.
Same lady stabbed
She was
people?
a mugshot, yep.
Damn.
Y'all lucked out, man.
Yeah, how about that?
She
That's
lucked
crazy.
out. She got locked up. But my son, I see the same thing in my son. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When he and my wife are out and I'm not with him, he be like, Mom, come on, stand. She come back, he be like, Mom, stand over here. If she gotta go to the Mac machine, he got his back to her back. Like
he right there, he the bodyguard.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean?
He don't play them games neither.
Yeah, yep.
Man,
Yeah.
and that's what's up. So all those answers are very, very, very good. Very, very good answers. Very thought out. I think people can get a perspective. But it's starting to sound like Valentine's Day around here. I want to put an end to that real quick. I'm gonna put everybody on the spot.
What?
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put everybody on the spot. All right. I know wives are watching, but I'm gonna ask y'all this question anyway, because we gotta have some fun.
I'm about to log out.
My connection's going bad.
Yeah, I bet it is. Name me one thing, if you only want to do one thing that your wife does that gets on your nerves.
Oh man,
one. Say no.
I said if you only want to do one, you can do more if you want. But I only asked y'all because I know y'all wives are watching. Probably.
Oh yeah, no,
I'm not taking this one first.
I know mine is.
Who started?
Who wants to start? Because I feel like Goose is going through the Rolodex.
No, it's one of those situations where it's there, but you just can't think.
Or is it there and you're like, no, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that thing, but I'll say something else. Who wants to go? Nobody wants to go.
I don't think anybody wants to volunteer.
B-Law's went first twice already, so he
give me a break, man.
So Jay, go ahead and kick it off.
You want me? All right, let me kick it off. What does my wife do that gets on my nerve? Oh, I'm getting text messages and stuff already. Maybe I shouldn't answer this one. One thing. So I might get in trouble too. My wife does this thing. I don't even know how to explain it, right? But she's scratching her throat. Okay, and it's like this whole routine. No, it's not even with the ear thing, but it's like a whole routine. And when she does it, I can't hear anything else that's going on in there. I can't. Like I gotta either turn the TV up or pause it and wait for it to be done. Like I don't even think she realizes it's loud as it is, but she gonna kill me, boy. She gonna kill me. But that's one. Like I hear it and I'm just like, damn, really? Like this was the good part. This was the good part of the movie or the show or the game. So that's one thing I was just like,
you're in trouble.
I got mine.
Or sometimes it'll wake me up. But go ahead.
So Tara will get on me for snoring when she snores herself. See, so like if she's up and I'm asleep and I'm snoring, she'll wake me up and like turn over on your stomach. But if the roles are reversed, I let her stay asleep and enjoy her slumber.
So I
never wake up because she's snoring.
So if my wife starts to snore, like I won't wake her up unless it gets real bad. I'll like shake in the bed to try to make her wake up and hear it herself. And then I'll try to like fall asleep before she falls back asleep.
No, I recorded Tara with my phone
I wake her up.
and played it back. It was like, you hear that? You know what that is?
I've done that, and she's done that to me too. I'm definitely the worst.
Oh no, I ain't gonna front. I know I snore. I know I probably rattle the windows.
I know I do. I know I do. So,
Right. I thought of one.
Okay, go ahead.
Got one.
Be careful. I know she probably ain't too far from me.
Yeah, I deal with it later on. The thing she does when she's getting dressed, right? She'll put an outfit out, right? Ask me, do I like it, right? And I'll be like, yeah, I like it, right? So I'll go do my thing. She'll come back, have a different outfit on, right? She be like, do you like this one? I'll be like, no, I like the one you had before. Why you don't like nothing I got? I don't know what to wear. I'm like, yo, we just went through options. And then she'll get mad at me and I'm just sitting there looking stupid, right? Like I don't even know what the answer, I don't know what to say at all. I'm just sitting there like, I don't know whether to say this one or that one. I just wind up just leaving it alone. And then she wears something totally different.
That's just what it's going to be, man. No, listen, dig this. I would tell you. So, especially when we have some place to go and we're getting dressed, she'll be like, "What are you wearing?" I'm like, "I don't know. I'll think about it." You know what I mean? Because I can just go in my closet and I grab some stuff. So she'll be like, "Oh, I'm going to get this and I'm going to wear this." I'm like, "All right, that's cool." So I go and I throw my stuff on and I get laid. She'd be like, "Now I got to change my clothes." Like, yo, you look good, man. She's like, no. I'm like, babe, it's fine. She's like, nope, change it. So, yo, bro, don't worry about it. That's what it's gonna be. You know what I mean? Yo, and it's just like the cliche on the TV and everything. Do I look fat in this? All them questions? You gonna get them Jones. You know what I'm saying? You be like, no, babe, it is what it is.
R dot, what you got, man?
Damn, I thought I got out of this one. You know, I was like the kid in the back of I'm like the kid in the back of the class that was just trying to sit in the back without raising his hand. So I gotta, and it's I know it's minute, but
no, it's not. It's very serious.
It's minute. Look, she probably watching, so let
Just
me
throw it out there, man.
But
I hope she watching.
So she has this thing for taking my socks, and she wears my socks, and she will swear that they are hers. She will swear that my socks are hers. And it's to the point, like, you know how back in the day, like, you had to write your initials on your gym clothes so don't nobody else take. Like, I gotta start writing my initials on my socks, or I just gotta get different socks that nobody else gets. But even still, some of those come up missing.
That's funny.
So I was actually thinking about this earlier when I was thinking about stuff to talk about, you know, on the show tonight. And I was like, with your story, we can say that some women have boundary issues. They probably don't want to hear it like that. But that's what it is. They wear your clothes.
Well, you know what?
They eat off your plate.
My wife was wearing some of my dress socks.
Those are boundary issues.
She's wearing those to work. So
she was wearing your dress socks to work. First of all, fellas, do y'all ladies wear the same size shoe y'all do? Why is, like, if Tara wore my sock, the heel would be on her calf.
They don't care about the size of the sock.
No, you know what? When she wears my sock, the heel is definitely up the Achilles a little bit, but it was just funny to me because I didn't even know, right? Because I only wear dress socks when I get dressed,
right?
And the other time I'm wearing some regular athletic white socks, black socks. But then it comes time to go out somewhere, and I ain't got no clean dress socks. I don't know.
They all in her sock drawer.
What happened to all my dress? And I just look and I see 3-4 pairs of my socks in there. I was like, get the smell out of here. I can't believe you've been wearing my socks. It's all good. I don't get mad. I don't worry about that too much. Like I said, I'm not getting dressed up, especially now. not getting dressed that often. So, yeah, appreciate that. So the wives are definitely, that's Tara right there.
That's Tara.
Tara's been commenting under the incognito name.
Yeah, because she's like, my feet cold. I'm like, I got some Columbia socks. You want them? She's like, yup.
So, this one is really for Goose. But before I go, I know R. Dot had a question that he wanted to ask. So
I wanted to ask you guys, what is something that you took from the relationships that you saw growing up and brought that into your life now as a father and a husband?
wow.
Oh man.
I didn't mean to get too deep on
No.
I think I'll go ahead and I'll start because two things come to my mind immediately, and we actually were just talking about it like the other day. And it's more so, I don't know if it's a relationship, is it considered a relationship thing or just a personal thing, but I think I picked up my mother's, without going into detail, because I know she's watching. I've picked up my mother's spending habits. She has good spending habits. And I picked up my father's patience. My father's a very patient, at least it seemed to me, is a very patient person, because sometimes I was a knucklehead.
Unless he gave you the look.
Unless he gave me the look, right. That's when he
That's how you knew his patience was wearing thin.
Yeah, that's when I knew, all right, I gotta chill. So I think I took that. I think I took those from my parents and became that person to. I'm very patient in the relationship with my wife and the kid. I'm very patient. And with the money aspect, is, you know, I try not to spend money frivolously. I try not to just spend money on some stuff that I may not need to have to spend money on right now. For instance, like Goose said, he hadn't bought a pair of shoes in like a year and a half. I don't know when the last time I bought a pair of sneakers, to be honest with you. And the last time I did,
sneakers that came from China.
You got some Airs?
Oh, I did buy some sneakers that came from China. Like $10. You're absolutely right. I did. I don't even know where they are. I gotta find them.
You got some Airs?
Things like horrible.
I don't know what I did with them Jones, but I don't even care. I ain't no shame in my game. I saved some money on it. I saved some money on it. Yes, I do.
Air Muxes?
I got some Air
As
Humpty.
soon as they got wet, they just fell apart.
Yo, I don't even know what I did. That's funny you remember that, because I forgot. I don't even know what I did with those.
Yo, them Jones going to squeak like a dog toy when you walk.
I smooth bought those from, I'm not even going to put the website out there, but a website where things are cheap. Okay. I didn't even care. I was like, let me just buy. They were like $12. They look like a $250 pair of sneakers, but they were like $12. So I said, let me go ahead and grab them. I forgot all about them. I didn't even want them yet.
Don't wear them, man.
I'm wearing them to your house.
Oh, you wearing to my house?
I'm wearing them in the next gathering. Actually, I'm not wearing them at the next gathering, because then you're gonna know to clown me. I'm gonna wear them in like 7 gatherings from now. So
I'll be on the lookout. I'm like, don't you all look fresh?
Yep, they sure do. All right, so I answered that one. I went ahead and did that one first.
Wait, what was the question? Hold up.
Yeah, repeat the question.
So he was saying,
what was something that you
now? Did you take anything out of the relationships you saw?
Oh yeah. Definitely. I could go into that. Yeah, like to be honest with you, like Justin, you grew up where I grew up. Everything around us, pretty much, it was a 2-parent home. Like, so, you know what I mean, growing up seeing that and then having 2 parents in the household, it was like that's what you strive to get because you've seen it. You know what I mean? So it was just having a partner and learning to make it work. That's what I seen and knew that's what I wanted. I wanted that early.
That's interesting. That's definitely a different perspective. Yeah, I've seen a lot of 2-parent households. I've seen a whole conglomerate, really. But yeah, I did know that I wanted to be a part of a 2-parent household when I got married. I wanted to make sure that I was around for my kid, or who for my wife and my kid. Um, I wanted to be there, and I guess I could take that from my upbringing as well.
Yeah.
Goose, you want to take
Yeah.
it?
So,
like that?
so like I come from a 2-parent household also, you
Mhm.
know. So my maternal grandmother had 6 children, all of which were married with children. And my paternal grandmother had 4 children, all of which were married with children. You dig what I'm saying? So that's what I see. Justin, you've been to our family gatherings and stuff, You
I'm
see how it
still
goes.
trying to learn some of the names. Yes.
but you see how it go. You dig what I'm saying? And we was like, like mom, dad, we was like the nuclear family, you know, a son and a daughter, and both parents worked. So that's what I saw. That adage, children learn what they live.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I saw. And the protector in me comes from watching my dad protect us.
Yeah.
How about you, Art?
So when you lead by example, I'm an example of when you watch somebody lead by example, the product that you get.
That's
You know,
exactly what
and it's not only just my dad; it's my uncles. You dig what I'm saying? Older cousins. You dig what I'm saying? Like our family is a village. Let's just put it that way.
Absolutely. Art, answer your own question. And I think B Laws has a question too.
I would have to say, being there, like being in the house. So growing up for me, it was a house of my grandparents, my parents, my siblings. So it was 9 of us in the house. And even though we were all, obviously me and my siblings are different ages, it's a 10-year gap between any of us. But being there, and even if we didn't interact, we knew that somebody else wasn't too far away. And I get that now, like especially when we're all in the house. The 3-year-old, he's all up under one of us. But the other kids, even though they're there, they won't acknowledge you until they want something, but they want to know that you're right there. Like they don't want to be
Arms reach.
next to you, but they want to know that you're there.
That's pretty dope. Yeah. I also have pulled like examples from friends' relationships. Like I'll watch some of my friends that are married and see like maybe how they interact with their wife and their kids, or whatever the case may be. And I guess in a sense compare it, not really compare it, but kind of just cross-reference it to what I do, and maybe make some adjustments in some of my some of the things that I might do or say or stuff like that. I'm excuse me, I like to think that I'm constantly learning and evolving of how to be a parent and how to be a father in a sense. So it's a constant state of learning. You're always learning something. So that's just what I wanted to add to that. But I know B Laws had a question that he wanted to put out there.
Oh yeah. So fellas, this question, I need you guys to think about it. All right. When did you know she was the one? Like what moment? What time?
This is always a funny one for Goose.
Like when did you know? Like when did it click? And you was just like, you know what? She the one, bro. Like
man, I've gotten this question so many times, and I always answer the same way. I can't tell you. So like I said, so when my wife and I, when we were dating, when we became monogamous, you dig what I'm saying? Like it's me and you, baby. It maybe even a little bit before that. I would pick her up. She would catch the train to work in Center City. I would go to work. I would get off work. I would pick her up from work. We would spend the evening together. I drop her off. The next day we do the same thing. Weekend comes, Saturday we doing something, Sunday we doing something. That's what we doing. You dig what I'm saying? So with that going on for like years, like 2-3 years, one day I ain't going front. It just clicked. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna marry her. Called my man. I was like, yo, I'm gonna go look for a wedding ring. Want to roll? He's like, you for real? I was like, yeah. He's like, yeah, come get me. So I went and got him, and we was out. And today is 19 years later.
That's funny.
Man.
I hear that. I've heard this story so many times on this show. It's funny.
I can't say that it was one thing. You know what I'm saying? It's probably the experience that I was having. You dig what I'm saying? I was enjoying life.
Right.
So why allow it to end?
Yeah.
Let's lock it down to extend it.
What about you, R. Dot?
And I absolutely hate coming behind Goose on this story. because it's really a lot of the same. It wasn't one thing. It was a culmination of things. It was the time that we spent together and the feeling. So I wasn't going to, there wasn't one specific moment where it clicked, because it was, we did so much, especially traveling back and forth, because to give detail into our relationship, we started our relationship long distance. So she was in New York, I was in Atlanta, and we were constantly traveling. So it was the culmination of our experiences, and her being there for me and helping me through some of the best times and the lowest times. Like it was a point where, and I know Jay, when I got, I had that wonderful 6-figure job with the corner office. I had just gotten the promotion, and then 2 weeks after the promotion, they laid me off. And it went from riding a high to dropping down, and it didn't, I was unemployed for like 4 months. And when I tell you, she was flying down, she was cooking dinner for the week, she had the food in the fridge, preparation was done. I was like, I would never let somebody get away from me that rode with me at the highest, and stuck with me at the lowest. Because especially with the distance, it would have been easy to say, can't come down there no more. Get yourself together, have a good one. And it was always, what do you need from me? And even still to this day, she asked that question. If something isn't going, that rain just started hitting down here. it hit hard. But
It's crazy.
It's always, even when I'm great, the question is, tell me something good that happened to you today. When it's down, it's, hey, what do you need from me to help you get back up? And that it was just a culmination of all of those experiences that was like, hey, I gotta stay with her forever.
Oh, that's dope, man.
Forever. Love that
Forever.
Love that movie. Love that. I guess it's my turn.
Yes, it is.
So I always hope that I stay consistent with my story, right? So I don't want to be making up different times in our relationship where I was like, yeah, it was this moment. Yeah, it was that moment.
She gonna tell us in a second.
Oh, I'm sure she is. So remember earlier in the show, I said, there was a day that I decided that I wanted to, that, pursuing her was the move. So I've told this story on the show. We're on our way. She calls me. We're on our way to a friend's graduation at Delaware State University. And this particular day, I had just got over. I was working overnights. I just got off work. I was laying on my couch, ready to go to sleep. She calls me. She's like, boom, you want to go to graduation? I'm like, cool, whatever. Long story short, we're on our way down there. We're on Route 1, and we're running late. Listen, it's a graduation though. Graduations, you can't really run late for a graduation unless you're like 2 hours late. But we're running a little bit late. You know, we're cutting it close, more so. And she starts to change her shoes while she's driving. She's the one that's driving. She starts to change her shoes, and I'm like, "Yo!"
While she's driving.
While she's driving, she starts to change her shoes, and I'm like, "Yo, why don't you just wait till we get there, and then you can just change them after we're parked?" And it's very simple. The fact that she was like, "Yeah, it's a good idea," and like she didn't argue it with me. She wasn't mad at the fact that she didn't feel like I was trying to tell her what to do, anything like that. It was like a breath of fresh air, and I was just like, I think she's the one. As simple as her not changing her shoes, trying to kill me. Yeah, she tried to help me live.
You had a near-death experience, man.
You know what? I'm glad that story, gave you the motivation to go through. And, she's the one. But it also speaks of self-preservation because she's like, yeah, I don't want to die either.
Yeah.
Wait, do you remember the shoes though?
Did I say it again?
Do you remember the shoes?
No, I don't. I don't remember the shoes. I just remember I didn't want her to put them on. That's all I remember.
I bet she remembers the shoes.
Yeah.
You know what?
Ask about the shoes, bro.
You know what? I bet
about the shoes.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say she doesn't.
I think she does.
She can comment in the thing and tell me.
I was about to say it's gonna pop up soon.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say she doesn't remember. She probably does though.
I think she does.
B-Laws, when did you know?
Oh man, first I got to set the mood, man. So we got to
make it good. Make it
go
good.
all the way back to 1997. So
Whew.
I don't know if you fellas were athletes, but back then coaches used to yell at you, right? So you're used to people yelling at you, and that's how you responded, right? So we are in choir class, and don't laugh. I was in the choir, whatever.
Hey, I was too. Don't worry.
So I wasn't singing. I was doing my 10th grade thing, trying to be seen but not be seen. And she turned around and yelled at me and said, "Boy, sing." And I'm looking at like, yo, this girl was brave enough to yell at me like in front of everybody. Like, you just gonna embarrass me? You know what I mean? So it was like, at one point I was used to that, but that's how I responded back then. And then that caught my eye, and that was the moment I was like, yo. And then it's a lot of other meat in between the sandwich though, but that was the one moment where I was like, you know what? Like she pushes something different out of me. She made me sing. You can't just make me sing. You ain't just gonna call me out and be like, sing. She said it, and I sang, and I felt like a little punk, a little bit like, come on, baby, sing.
Well, here's the thing. Here's something that you didn't know, and I'm sorry for interrupting your story.
No, go ahead. I'm done. The rest is history.
In that choir that you were in, okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh man. What?
Listen, you had to hold it down in that choir, and she knew that, so she wasn't trying to have you mess up her choir. That's
choir
what you was about to mess up her choir.
Choir was real serious to her. To me, it was a grade, straight up. It was a grade. But they took it seriously. Like it was like
it was big.
It was like Glee Club. It was Glee Club up in there. But I'm in there just for a grade, just trying to squeak through. And
so wait a minute. So you knew at that's when you knew, like that's when you was like
in high school?
Yeah, man. It was a moment that like when something just hits you and you feel something. So like I said, there's a lot of other stuff that happened after that, but that's the moment where I was like, yo, this is what I need right here.
So you was in high school in 1997?
Yeah, I just that was my first.
I'm good.
I was in high school in 97 too.
Yeah.
I was a freshman in high school in 1997.
What?
Oh,
freshman.
Wow. Okay.
Hey, Goose, how long was you out of school by then?
Only 5 years, but still.
Oh, that's a long time, man. That's turntables, man. Like we had.
I don't know. Goose about to host the throwback hip hop show on Neutrals Radio. Y'all ain't know.
I'm with that, man. We need something like that.
Hey.
Old school.
Oh, it's coming. I already thought about what I'm gonna say to him, and I know he want to do it, so I wasn't gonna have to say much. So it ain't nothing but a thing. But look, I mean, is there any more questions out there? Because it's an hour already, guys.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anybody having? Because we're actually gonna have to. do it again another time to get all the other stuff that we want to put out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I'm
I'll wrap after we done with live. Tell you guys because I had some ideas. So
See, there you go.
Damn
look,
good session.
I guess it's time for us to end this.
yeah, brick wall. That's
Brick
how we
wall
do.
ending. Brick wall ending.
Talk and then stop.
Yeah, it's over. Thanks. Good night. Well, I want to thank everybody for joining us. Thank everybody for being a fan of the show and supporting us and supporting Neutrals Radio. And I want to thank the fellas, Goose, B Laws, R. Hunter for being on and being a part of this and helping put this together. And everybody else that helped put this together. Remember, join the text line 215-486-0335. Giveaways, contests, updates, all that stuff. Go through that line. So you definitely want to join on. Even if you're on Neutrals Radio, join it up because you'll be able to win too. All right, because we do it randomly and on camera. So it's not like we cheat. All right? But with all that being said, once again, I want to thank y'all for being here with us. And we'll talk to y'all next time. We out of here. Peace.
Peace. Be safe, y'all.